But if this little gadget's up to the trick, I think it's affordable and well. So for the people that don't know, and for me, keeping an eye on the water quality, but all that yibbity yabbada being said, we got huge koi ponds, the Kactoily pool monitor, just laid out everything that comes inside of the box. The pH, the temperature of the water of 7 pH with this one and 7 pH with this one. And I thought I found a problem, or I thought there was a problem. I've put the monitor or the probe into the side of the tank and I can download this, 15% off of that if you use this code. Hello everyone, welcome back. James the Koi Whisperer. Certainly getting a bit chilly, but I've got a bit of a different video for you today. Recently, Kactoily reached out to me. They sent me out this item to give it a bit of an unboxing, a bit of a review down to a point. The importance of water testing. I want to know if you guys test your water, how you test your water, and what you test your water for. So write it down in the comment section. But before we go any further, I just want to jump straight into this. I'm going to get inside the conservatory, do a bit of an unboxing of it, do a little bit of a review, do a few tests. I've seen loads of other people showing this product, showing how it works, what it's all about. But one thing's for sure, the Whisperer hasn't shown what it's about, and the Whisperer's dead honest about a product when he reviews a product. So if the product's any good, I'll tell you that it's good. And if it ain't no good, I'll tell you that it ain't no good. I've used so many different test kits over the years. I've used different digital test kits like this. I've used the liquid drop form test kits over the years. And testing your water in a pond, in a fish tank, is the most important thing, I believe, in my eyes. But if this little gadget's up to the trick, I think it's affordable. Let's go and have a look at it and we'll see what we actually think of it. So for the people that don't know, we currently got koi ponds everywhere in this house. To be fair, it's got a little bit out of hand. We also have plenty of fish tanks scattered around the place. And for me, keeping an eye on the water quality is probably the most important thing of fish keeping altogether. And you have to excuse me with the Christmas decorations because it's that time of year. But I just wanted to show you, we're pretty mad about fish keeping. We've got tanks everywhere. We got huge koi ponds with some absolute massive koi fish. And we've also got grow-on ponds to bring on some absolute stunning koi fish to bring them up to be absolute monsters. But all that yibbity yabbada being said, the only way that you can keep your fish nice and healthy is to keep your water nice and healthy. So testing your water is the most important thing. So Kactoily recently reached out to me and asked me to do a little bit of an unboxing of their new 7-in-1 water testing kit down to a point. So that's what we're gonna do today. But we're gonna get inside because it ain't exactly warm out here today, you know what I'm saying? So to start with, the Kactoily pool monitor, it does outdoor, indoor, pool, hot tubs and spa. But it also does all of your fish keeping, aquarium setups, your koi ponds. It does the lot apparently, so we're gonna test it. So inside of the box, it looks like you're meted with your wires, your cables and your calibration solutions. We've also got another box with, I'm not sure what that is, some magnetic form of some description. We also have the probe, the monitor itself, and on the end of it, it's got a cap to keep all of the probes, because if it dries, it dies. Looks like we got a battery operated system for this to run. Looks like this is your monitor to give you all of your readings of what does what. It is Wi-Fi based as well. It comes with a couple of plugs. Not sure why there's two, but we got two plugs. We also have a couple of sticky pads to put this against a unit wherever you want to put it. No need for drilling any holes. It looks like it comes with an end cap to go on the end of this when this gets unscrewed, so we'll do this in a second. Comes with a secondary sticky pad for some reason. Not sure why we need two, but we've got a spare. And last but not least, it comes with the instructions, as I call them. But this time I might actually have to read them to work out how to set it up to get it to the Wi-Fi. It shows you step-by-step instructions of how to set everything up along the way. Looks very straightforward, very easy to work out, and not gonna lie, first impressions of what's here at the moment, it does look very straightforward to put together and work out all of your readings. So let's get it all set up. And I was looking for the batteries but they're placed in the top. So it does come with your batteries, but they're not actually connected. So you got to do the connections of them yourself. And after you get it connected, it has got a waterproof seal around here. So when you put this back on, as long as you make sure you tighten this back down onto the waterproof seal, then you're not going to have no issues with any water getting into the batteries. As I was saying a minute ago, it comes with all of your calibration reagents, but it does state nice and clear to calibrate your pH every 6 months, your ORP every 6 months, and it makes it dead clear that you need to make sure that you do your calibration every 6 months. So I've just laid out everything that comes inside of the box, and before I get it set up, I've got to be dead honest. I don't know if I've got a dodgy box or whatever it may be, or if it just comes as standard, but I wanted to let you guys know if you are thinking about buying one. I was trying to work out how to get the cable connected to this with the plug sockets that I've got, and nothing goes in a USB connection. But one thing I have got myself personally, which doesn't come with it, is that it just needs a standard USB connection plug to go into there, and then this end here goes into the end of the unit itself to get a power supply to the unit. Whether or not I should have had one of each plugs instead of they've just put me in two is a bit debatable, but I don't know. But I wanted to let you guys know you might just have to add one of your standard USB plugs. And I can't see in the instructions what the magnets are for. It doesn't show you. I'm guessing it's to stick onto the back of this, maybe if it's a fish tank or something along those lines, that you could pop this on the back of a fish tank maybe. I'm not really sure. It doesn't say nothing in the instructions about the magnets, but one thing's for sure, that the rope that comes supplied with it, with a couple of the sticky pads, that you can just attach this clip to this like so, and then this allows you to hang it into a pond or a fish tank without it drifting all the way around the pond. But what you've got to do is that you've got to unscrew the base of this, which allows you to see the probes. If these probes get dry, then they die, just like so, and we'll add this to the pond. So there we have the display screen all set up. It clearly shows you the pH, the temperature of the water, the ppm, the TDS that is. It also shows you the chlorine, the ORP, the EC, which is something I don't worry about, and it shows you the salt levels in the pond as well. I'm not sure why it's saying 0.0.1 when I don't use no salt whatsoever, but I'll test some tap water and see where we're at with that. But one thing, you can't just rely on what that's saying, you've got to test it. I'm pretty impressed with the item itself, but are the readings as accurate as what it's telling me that they are? Well, that's one thing that we got to test now, because I could quite easily put it onto this pond, take you inside of my filter shed and show you the calibration chart that I'm using inside of there, which is another digital form, and see what both of them look like. But I thought I'll start with, well, I've got pH 7 and pH 4 solutions that I know 100% that pH is 7 and that pH is 4, and I thought if I put the probe inside of that, that will at least tell us if the pH is reading the correct readings what's in the pond, if it reads these at what they should be. So I'm actually using the pH 7 calibration solution. I've got the probe into the bottom of there, and on my reading that's coming up there is 6.94, which is pretty damn close, to be fair. But it should be saying 7, but that's pretty close. And for me, pH and KH is probably the most important thing for my fish keeping, because it all depends where you live in the world. And I live in a real soft water area, so the pH that comes out of my tap water supply is only just 7, and my KH is only just 1. So I need to basically maintain my pH at all times, and I know if it's accurate and I can read off of a digital reading, knowing that that Kactoily is bang on accurate, knowing that it's going to give me an accurate reading when I put it to the pond, it reassures me that I know I can trust the reading, what it's telling me on the monitor. And I just wanted to take this time and opportunity in this video at the moment just to announce that Kactoily have sent me this item for complete free of charge for me to do a little bit of a review on the product itself, but at the same time they've also sent me a discount code with a link down in the bottom of the comment section and in the description of this video. If you want to get yourself 15% off and get yourself one of these water testing kits, the link's down in the description of the video, and I've just checked the website. It is actually on offer at the moment for £177, but you can also get another 15% off of that if you use this code up here, 15% off on top of the £177 that it's actually on retail price at the moment for. So I wanted to do a test in my main pond against the digital reading that I've got off the Kactoily and the digital reading that I've got off of a Blue Lab Guardian. I mean, I'm one for being dead honest, and I might need to, I don't know which one I need to calibrate, because I've just calibrated this one and this reading's giving me a pH of 7, and on the Kactoily, and they're both probes are in the same place, so I've got one probe here and one probe here. So the readings that I'm getting from this one is 7.7 and the reading that I'm getting from this one is 7. The temperature is coming in at 11.1 and the temperature on this one is coming in at 11, so that's correct. TDS is coming in at 116 and the TDS on this one's coming in at 110. I don't know whether if I need to calibrate the pH on the Kactoily, because the only other way that I can test my pH right this minute, normal old school sort of test, run-of-the-mill pH drop solution to work out if this is right or wrong, or to work out if this is right or wrong. But this is brand new out of the box and I don't know if it needs calibrating before I start doing tests. And I'm pretty happy to say the pH 7 dipped in the solution there with my other calibration, what I'm using, is coming out at bang on 7. So when I enter this back to the pond, we'll do a test with the other one as well to see which one's telling the truth and which one's not. This does take a little bit of time to come back up after I add it to the pond, but we're going to add this one in here as well and see what this one comes out at. When I put that straight into there, that should start changing. It's in here now, but by the reading I'm getting no change at the moment. So now that's in that pH 7 solution, it has actually come back to 7. It just took a little bit of time for this monitor to pick up the reading from that. Whether that's because I believe this is not wired to this, it works off a, I'm not sure really, some sort of connection, Wi-Fi connection or whatever it may be, where this system is definitely wired up to this system. So now the Kactaily's been reprobed, reprogrammed, I've recalibrated the pH. It is actually giving me an accurate reading now of 7 pH with this one and 7 pH with this one, and also the temperature the same, and the TDS is 12 parts per billion out compared to the TDS on this one. So when you first get these, definitely reprogram them or do a recalibration to make sure they're giving you an accurate reading. Ain't gonna lie, that had me a bit worried for a minute then, because I thought to myself, there's no way it can be that far out. But what it comes down to, when you first get these, to be honest with you, you don't know how long they've been in a box. And this is me being dead honest with you guys, if you are thinking about getting one, because there's no way I would recommend something to you if I didn't think it was any good. And I'm dead honest, and I've always been dead honest on this channel. And I thought I found a problem, or I thought there was a problem, but all it was it just needed calibrating. I mean, do you have to do it when you first get it, when it says on the box that it's all been recalibrated from the factory? Well, you don't know how long they've been from the factory before you get it yourself. You get the solutions free with the Kactoily monitor, so it's worth just calibrating it to start with, and then you know exactly where you're at. And it might even say something like that in the instructions, but you know me, I just like cracking on with it. But definitely recommend doing it if it's you doing it and you're buying one. Siemens, I've got digital monitor readings on all the other ponds. We're actually going to give this a bit of a test on here, so I've just put it on the pump, on the little bracket that it comes with. Really straightforward to use. You just stick it somewhere, then you can lift this on and off whenever you choose. All I've done here, I've put the monitor or the probe into the side of the tank, hooked it round the back. I can pin this down a little bit neater in a minute, and then that gives my son a little bit of a digital reading to work out when he needs to do his water changing, and he can keep an eye on his pH, because like I said, we live in a soft water area, so we have to have bicarbonate soda to the pond on a regular basis, just down to the fact of how soft our water is. The KH is so low, unless we add bicarb, we can't keep koi. But as you can see, the Wi-Fi badge is flashing. And that's because if you choose to, you don't have to, but if you want to, you can rig this monitor up to your phone. So you can get accurate readings direct from your mobile. If you're in the country or not, I suppose, it will, as long as your box has got Wi-Fi. Unfortunately today, I've got no Wi-Fi because of the storm we recently had. We had a hell of a storm the other day and I've had no Wi-Fi for the past 3 days. So hopefully it will get up and running soon and I can download this and then I can show you what it's all about. But I'll do that in my next video because it's pretty straightforward, step-by-step instructions of how to do it. You download the app, register the monitor, click the button, then you're linked or zinced, whatever you want to call it, and then you get the same readings what's displayed on the display panel on the Kactoily monitor, you get it on your phone. It's another little bit of a, I suppose, heads up if you ever go away on holiday. So I just wanted to end the video here as well. I want to say a massive thank you to Kactoily for supplying me with it, to give it a bit of a review, bit of a rundown. I thank you guys for watching it. If you are interested in getting one yourself for your pond or your fish tank or whatever it may be, all the links down in the description of the video and in the comment section. Like I said earlier on in the video, if you are thinking about getting one, you can get yourself 15% off as well. And I mean, like they say, I think Tesco say it, don't they? Every little helps, or it could be Asda. I can't remember. But on that note, if I don't see you in a week, I'll see you for a window.